just missed out because we didn't have a youth setup at the time. So they went to Colville. And, if we had them players in our squad, certainly, if nothing else, would create even better competition. And they are three class players right there, mate. And it was such a shame that we didn't have it going on then, but we have now. And we're certainly making inroads in the leagues. We've got the socials side now, which I was talking to Andrew Large about on Friday. Something that was a hard decision to be made. I believe Anton Stander came up with the idea of calling them the socials. What do you reckon to that? Because there's been a bit of hoo-ha about the fact that we've been struggling to get a third team out this. Well, I don't think we've had one third team out at all. Maybe once. We could have had a vets team of the week, but the other team cried off, which is a massive shame because we had a great team. And then the seconds have struggled as well to maybe get 15 men. They're even asking me to play on Friday, and that's how desperate they were. So it's what do you reckon? How can that be solved? Do you think, or what do you reckon to the idea going forward of having a socials team? Do you think that Do you think that might put a few people off, thinking that the level will be too high for them, or do you think it's a great idea and let's get everybody involved as we can?
Yeah, I think obviously. With the club only looking to be able to run two sides this year because of the amount of players that have either left the club or are unavailable for this season due to impending births of children and things like that. It was a decision that had to be made. I was part of the team that played against Colville Seconds.
Yeah.
Where we got beat 89-0, and it was just an absolute embarrassment.
That's it. I mean, when you play Colville at any level, you've got to bring your A game. There's no no matter what team you play. I mean, I've played against their seconds and thirds, and it's always been quite hot. It's been hotly contested, and I've never been on the winning side, but we certainly never got beaten 89-0. And I believe the team you went with on that Saturday just wasn't anything that was going to come close to them, and it seemed a little bit pointless playing it in my eyes. But you still got a team together, and you proved that we've still got players out there who just want to come and have a game of rugby for Ashby RFC.
Yeah, I think the social side is a good step because the social side of the club for me seems to be not as much as it was before. Obviously, like you've said previously, I'm quite a busy guy as well. But it's definitely something to bring the club back together. The club or the people playing within that team will hopefully enjoy playing their rugby. Yeah, I know that there is going to be a mixture of the third team's fixtures for that side now, and some of the second team friendly fixtures. So we're not just going to be playing at that same third team level that we're playing. We're still going to be being tested as well in the second team friendlies that we've already got arranged there as well.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I'm happy to hear it, and I think it's a good idea, and I just hope that we can get. I mean, even on Friday they were struggling for players, but I think now that first game's out the way, they showed that they beat Ansty, who were never a pushover, and you won 49-12 or whatever the score was. And I think that was a good result. That might attract more people towards it to come and have a game for the teams that are a little bit further down the scale, because it's not all about first teams. It's about
the club at the end of the day, not a team, isn't it? So.
Exactly. And it's nice for the minis and juniors to see that at senior level they've got, if they don't go on and move away from town, that they've always got a good chance of playing a rugby. Playing a game of rugby at whatever standard it might be, and I just hope that we can keep the social side together and start to build on that, and I believe that'll happen. I think within 2 or 3 years, because we've got the academy and the Colts the way that's going at the moment. Largely said we might be suffering a knock-on effect from that. We might be short of some young players for the next probably year or two, but from then we'll certainly get an influx of players, which happens at most clubs, and it changes all the time. Clubs are forever evolving, and sometimes probably devolving, maybe for the worse. But the spirit of the club is still quite high, and that's proven by what happens. What happened in the week against Colville and the great game we had. The fact that we got the social side together on Saturday to beat Ansty, and the fact that the Sunday we're brimming with youngsters who want to come and have a game of rugby for the club, and that's just it's just great news all round, to be honest, mate. So, is there anything you'd like to add? You know, I mean, we could go on all night talking about it, because we could certainly start talking about tales of past games and such like, but we'll not get too much into it, because people probably don't want to hear everything that we've got to say to each other. But is there anything you'd like to add regarding the club? What do you reckon to what's happening at the club at the moment in regards to when we've just started doing a match day programme? We've got the podcast going, and the state of the club in general. What do you think? Have you got any ideas that you might want to implement at the club? And what do you think about what's happened since the start of this season?
Well, obviously, it's been a bit of a disappointment only being able to get the two sides out, and then obviously it all coming to a head with the second team at Colville, getting beat 89-0.
Yeah.
I'm still smiling from it. You're absolutely, giving your opposite number some, taking the scrum forward. You come out of the scrum and you're 20 yards back without the ball. It wasn't the nicest of days then, but no, it's the club itself is it's always been a big part of my life, and it's great to see how it's all is evolving, going with the times. The podcast is brilliant. I've listened to a few of the episodes now. I'm not just saying that because obviously you're one of my best mates and that, but like listening to Bezo trying to be funny was quite a good thing. Same with
I had 2 or 3 beers, mate, so he did seem funny, but sober I'll probably struggle.
Yeah, he is a bit boring. So, I'm really happy with the way the club is going. Apart from like what had happened with the senior teams at the start of this year, but steps have been put in place to do that. Like you say, it will take us taking that hit to come back up again as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the academy guys have got once they come through as well, because I know that having seen the quality that we've got from junior teams, like with the likes of like with Matty and Coop, Jack, and all the names I've already said. It's going to be good to see them coming through as well, and seeing how how they fit into the teams, not just the first team, but hopefully for the seconds, thirds, and you never know. Eventually, we might even get a fourth team out. We'll have to get Pud to be captain of it again.
I'm sure Pud's always willing and ready to pull his boots on. I'd like to say he's a better player than he is referee, but it's not really. He's not great either. Sorry, Pud.
You can never tell if he's giving a penalty or a scrum though with his arm.
Yeah. Which way to the bar, mate? No, there's no need to take the piss. All right. Bless him. All right, Pud, how are you, mate? I know you'll be listening to this at some point. Well, mate, it's been great to speak to you. I'm sorry about the fact that it took ages for the iPad to work, and then we had a rundown of our old team that we played in. But it just warmed us up for a chat that it'll be nice for people to listen to, and to see how a player who's been there since the late 80s, early 90s fits into the team still. So hopefully that will give people a bit of inspiration to continue what they're doing and work hard to fit into the Ashby fold wherever they can. So, I'm going to continue now, and I'm going to do a little bit of news from the club and play a couple of songs. So we're going to be quite a long podcast this week, but I'm sure you don't mind. For all the new listeners out there, you can get us on Facebook with Ashby Bulls RFC. It's Ashby RFC. It's at Ashby RFC on Twitter, and the email is send2arfc@gmail.com. So, Dan, I'll leave it there with you, mate. Thanks for your time. It's been nice that it's been a free call through the wonders of modern technology, because I'm a bit of a tight arse now. I wasn't, as much as I love you, I'm not paying for a phone call to you, mate.
No, fair
and
enough,
I'm sure you.
To speak to you too.
Yeah, you too, mate. And it's always way too far between us having beers together, mate. So let's try and we'll tie one on very soon, and we'll go out for a couple of goons very very soon. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, matey. Well, take care. Hope Donna feels better soon, and say hello to young Jimmy for me.
Will do. Cheers, Dale.
Cheers, Dan. Take care, mate.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, that was Dan Grimsley, who plays prop for the Taito prop for the first team. I think he might be playing this week. I've not even looked who are playing this week, so let's have a quick look while I'm on the internet. We've got Loughborough, so another tough challenge for us. Loughborough this Saturday, and that's at home. So if you'd like to come watch us play, I believe the kick-off time's gone back to 2 o'clock because the clocks have gone back. So we all got an extra hour's kip at the weekend. A bit of news for everyone. We've got the Women's World Cup coming to Ashby this coming Sunday, which is fantastic. Not quite sure if there's any players coming. I can imagine there might be some players and coaching staff coming along as well. But if you want to give Tam a call on 07860 086 444, he can tell you a little bit more about the game. If you go on to ashbyrfc.com, then you can have a look and see about the details for that. And it's also available on the Facebook wall as well. I'm not quite sure what time the cup is getting there. Could be early afternoon. Once again, if you get any information, you can get it from Tam. Me and my missus will be supplying the food. We'll do the bacon rolls and sausage, the whole of sausages, but hot dogs. And we might even do a little bit of soup this week. We've got muffins as well. And the kids do a nice little sweet bar as well, which is nice. And there's always going to be a bit of beer on tap. So why don't you come along and see the triumphant Women's World Cup at Ashby RFC this Sunday. You can find Ashby RFC at Nottingham Road, just off the Flagstaff roundabout near Tesco's. So I've got a bit more news regarding the club and some cheap ticket offers that we've got. We've got Tigers versus Wasps. That's an offer that we've got at the moment. That's for the end of the month, I believe, 29th of November. I think I might be taking them up on this great offer. Seated adults is 24 quid. Standing adults 15 quid. Seated juniors a tenner. Standing juniors a fiver. The monies paid are non-refundable. And once again, if you speak to my good friend Tam Bream on 07, that's not tambourine, that's Tam Bream. He's not a musical instrument, he is a person. It's 0785 008 5444. Give them a call and get yourself a ticket for a match that I'm sure we'll see Wasps probably win more than likely because we've not had a great time of it recently. There you go. I'd like to put a big thank you into the Red Rag sponsors who also sponsor this podcast and also sponsor the website as well. We've got Diamond Ovens, got Coop at Diamond Ovens. He does a great job cleaning ovens and sorting out your lamp lights on your ovens and such like, and they'll come and clean your hood for you. So, it's not a hood on a jacket. No, it's a hood that goes above your gas hobs and such like. So don't just pass him a bunch of clothes and say clean this. It's not a laundry service. It is to actually clean your oven. So. And if you do give them a load of clothes, then I think you'll be getting a Chinese burn at the very least. We've got CV Plastering. My good friends Rick Valentine and his dad Chris Valentine, both great father and son combo. Nearly said father and daughter combo. Father and son combo for all your plastering and decorating needs. You can find their advert in the Red Rag, which is available for £2 at every home game. And you can look for their Facebook page on the front page of ashbyrfc.com. You've got Cotton Candy Cleaners, run by Tracy Valentine, the lovely Tracy, domestic goddess, all-round superhero. She's into cleaning people's houses and such like. So once again, go through the ashbyrfc.com website. You can click on her link, and you can also find her advert in the Red Rag. There's the Classic Cuts as well in Ashby. They've got a nice deal going on at the moment as regards to getting haircuts. It is a barber's after all, but it's also a salon as well for women. Downstairs is for men, upstairs is for women, so don't get confused. It's not upstairs for men and not downstairs for women, because I don't want to see too many women having crew cuts upstairs and vice versa. It might get a little bit rough. So we're going to see Sarah Cooper. Tell them the Rugby Club sent you, and you'll get a discount because it's 21 years since they've been going. So if you can catch them before the end of the month, you'll get a nice 21% off your off whatever trim you want, whatever you want doing to your head of hair. So personally, I would like to use them, but I just have a number 0 all over.